Bentar ya. Okay, Assalamualaikum. Hi everyone.
Miss, how are you?
Fine. How about you, Firman?
Very well, thank you.
Okay, good. So, before we start our lesson for today, let me check the attendance list. Who's not coming?
Everyone is
Has everyone joined?
Yeah, everyone is here.
Yes, Firman?
Yeah, everyone is here.
Okay, good. So, for today's topic, we're gonna learn about connectors. Who have known before about the connector? Does everybody here know about connector?
Yep. I mean, but I'm not know exactly what the connector is.
Yes, Firman? Your voice isn't clear. Can you speak louder?
Yeah, please. I don't know. Maybe you can explain further about what is the connector is.
Okay, so let me start to share my screen. Is it possible for me to share the screen?
Yeah, of course.
Who is the host?
No, if of course you are able to share screen because it's allowed
Oh, okay.
all participants to share the screen.
Thank you. Is everybody see the screens?
Yep. Clear.
Okay, very good. So today we're gonna learn about connectors. So before that, you should know about the connector first, which is in English grammar are basically conjunctive words that are used for connecting similar elements present in sentences. There are the difference between connector in English that can be used for expressing your thought in a better way. So there are so many connectors. Firman, can you mention one? Based on the explanations of the meaning of the connector, so what would come first in your mind? One of the example of the connector.
So that.
Yes.
So that.
So that, okay.
So is that true? So that become a connector. The connectors.
Actually, if you use so, it's okay. But if you say so that, so I'm not gonna say that you are wrong. But it's okay. But it's good if you use only so. There's no that.
So what's the difference between connector and conjunction?
The connector itself, there are more specifications that we can use because there are so many connector in English grammar. But for conjunction itself, it's like how to say, it's like what we have learned before, because the conjunction itself, they are divided in some specific kind of conjunctions. Let's see for the connector.
Okay.
So this one is a kind of connector, but here only. Okay. So here only I provided you 1, 2, 3, 10 connectors, which is not only blah, 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 but also moreover, in additions as well too, additionally, beside that, furthermore, and. So this is some of the connectors that I provided in the PowerPoint slide. So for these questions, let's see for for these sentences. Let's see for the example. Firman, can you read the example, the sentences, the library?
Yes. Okay. The library on Fifth Avenue in New York City is one of the best places to do research. It has hundreds of the most respected magazines and journals in the world.
Okay, good. So, can you see above the sentence? There are some connectors that are provided to you. So we're gonna use these connectors to the sentence. Where should we put additionally, also, as well, beside that, furthermore, in additions, not only, but also, to, and moreover? Where should we put these connectors in the sentences. So for the first one, additionally, Firman, would you like to try first?
The library in university is one of the best places to
Firman,
do
can
research.
you speak clearly?
Yep. No, I'm just trying to understand. So where should I put then? So after the dot, the next on the research, for example, like the library on the Fifth Avenue in New York City is one of the best places to do research. Additionally, it has hundreds of the most respected magazines and journals in the world.
Okay, so it's between the first sentence and the second sentence, you mean, additionally, isn't it, Firman?
Mm. But I don't really understand exactly what's the meaning of additionally.
Additionally means ditambah lagi.
Ah,
It's like more information that we provided as a writer.
okay. So all of the connectors that providing below is have the same meaning.
Yep, we could say that, but all these connectors have such a similar meaning, but we could put in the same place. We could not put that connectors in the same place. Like you said before, additionally, you will put the additionally between the first sentence and the second sentence. How about also?
Yeah. Based on
Also, we put before it
yeah.
has or where, somewhere else. Yes, Iman?
All. Additionally, beside that, not only but also and then also as well. Furthermore, in addition.
Second one first, Iman.
What?
Also, before we talk about additionally, you just put additionally between the first sentence and the second sentence, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how about also? Those
Same.
connectors has similar meaning, but we could not put them in the same place. Like also, where should we put also? Is it also we put in the same place as additionally before? Is it also we put the connector also in between the first sentence and the second sentence too, Firman? Do you
Yeah,
think so?
I think all of the connectors that providing below can be put at the same place. If we look at the meaning, but except two, yeah, except two, because what I have heard, two is always put at the end of the sentences. So that's why when I saw the words two here as a connectors, so I'm a little bit confused.
Okay, very good. Very good explanations. Yeah, these all connectors has the same meaning, but we could not put these all connectors in the same place. Why I said that? Because, for example, let me see for the next slide, this one. So for the first, about additionally, in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Additionally, it's correct that Firman said, additionally, we should put it between first sentences and the second sentences. How about also? For the first, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. So also doesn't we put that between the first sentences and the second sentences?
Okay, no.
Can you please read the fourth sentence?
Yep. The library on the Fifth Avenue in New York is one of the best places to do research. It also has hundreds of the most respected magazines and journals in the world. The word also comes before the verb. So if the verb is a form of to be, also is placed after the verb.
Good. So you see the differences between additionally and also, right?
Yep. No, I thought because on the first.
Yes.
Okay. No, I just talk because on the first slide, when you explain when you explain that the connectors is used to connect two words, right?
Excuse me, Raman. I think
No.
the connections in my place is stable. Wait
No,
for a moment. I think the connections in my place is unstable. Wait.
okay, no, because when on this the explanation on the first slides that you says that the connectors is used to connect between the words, right? So I just talk at the very verse when I found that there's two sentences. For example, like the first sentence is the library on the Fifth Avenue in New York is one of the best places to do research. And then the second sentence is it has hundreds of the most respected magazines and journals in the world. So I thought all of the connectors should be put in the middle of the sentences. So the first sentences and then stop with a full stop, and then we put the connectors to connect the two words. But when I saw the explanations on these sentences, the connectors was also put at the end of the sentences. So why it calls the connectors if we put it at the end of the sentences? So that's the question.
Yes, Raman. Can you please repeat the questions?
Based on this explanation on the sentence, I saw some connectors put at the end of the sentence, right? But at the very first slide, it's explained that the connector used to connect between one sentence and then with the second sentences. So why we call it a connectors if it is put at the end of the sentences?
Why we call connectors if we put that? Excuse me, I can't hear you clearly, Raman.
No, I mean, like, why we call it a connectors if we put these words at the end of the sentences? Meanwhile, at the first slide for the explanation, it shows that the connectors used to connect, used for connecting similar element, right? But I thought this is what I thought at the very first. Then the word connector used to connect between one sentence, first sentence and second sentence. So, or my understanding is wrong because I just think based on the explanation. Maybe you should explain more about it.
Okay, let me repeat the explanations of the meaning of the connector itself. So here in English grammar are basically conjunctive words like connectors that used for connecting similar element presents in a sentence, which means the connector itself is the purpose of we use that connector in the sentences is to connect the first sentences and the other sentences. So we and I should repeat more about the connector itself. We could not put the connectors in the same place. Like Firman said before, for the answer of the additionally, we put the additionally between the first sentences and the second sentences, right?
Yep.
But if we use connector also, we could not put also in the same place as additionally. Why? Because we should pay attention to the grammar itself. So also
okay.
here comes before the verb. If the verb is a form of a to be, also is placed after the verb, which means after to be. Before to be. So one thing that you should remember here is even though the connector have similar meaning, but we could not put all the connector in the same place. Okay, is it clear?
So may I also ask the question, Miss?
Yes, Irman.
Is the word to always considered as connector?
Yeah.
Okay, so
are you curious why?
yeah, so that's why people always say to at the end of the sentences to connect between first sentence and then the second sentence, right?
Yes, Irman. So
So it seems so it also may say like, for example, like the example of sentences, for example, like this. So the first sentence is I love you, and then the second sentence is I love you too. So does it mean that two is also a connectors?
Yes, Firman. But
Okay.
what you should remember here is different context views, so there will become different meaning. If like the example you said before, I love you, and she answered, I love you too. It's the two in that sentences mean penekanan, semacam penekanan ya Firman. But
Okay. So
here too as more explanations about this di kalimat pertama dan kalimat kedua to here used to make the first sentences connect to the second sentences.
I mean, this if the sentence like I told you before, so that's the proof that we can't make sure on ourselves, right? If we found the answer two, it doesn't mean that the two is also connects her heart to my heart, right? Okay, thank you.
Okay, very good. So it's very clear now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For the next is about the rules to remember about the connector itself. In general, do not use two of these words or phrases in the same sentences, which mean two connectors like additionally or also you use in the same place, like refers to the example before. The library on the Fifth Avenue in New York City is one of the best places to do research. Additionally, it has also 100. Don't use two connectors in one place. That first, the rules of connectors. For the second one is when you use these words and connectors, make sure the two sentences or ideas are related. The second sentence or idea should add information that is specifically related to the first idea, which means don't use Firman, are you understand about the second one? I think kamu saya lihat asik kali ngechat ya. Kamu lihat ke layar tidak, Firman?
Yeah, I saw. I see it.
So could you explain the second rules about connector, Firman?
Yeah, the second source is we can't use the same connectors in the same sentence.
Can you speak clearly, Firman? I can't hear you.
So we can't use the same connector at the same place, at the same time, at the same sentences. Is it true?
I mean the second rules. When you use the connectors, make sure the two sentences are related. The second sentences should add information that is specifically related to the first idea.
Yeah. So if the sentence is not related, so we don't have to use the connectors, right?
Yeah, very good. So it means yang A pegah A, yang B pegah B, itu kita nggak bisa pakai connectors ya. First sentences and second sentences should be related. The idea should be the same. So we could use connectors in that two sentences. Got it?
Good.
Okay, for the last rules to remember about connector is don't overuse connector. It is unnecessary to use them everywhere in your writing. Use connectors when you want to do. First one is clearly show a relationship between idea as I explained before for the second rule. And add information that builds on the idea in the preceding sentences. Okay, that's all the rules to remember about connector when you use connectors in your writing. So that's the end of the explanations. So I think because of the explanations before and the example before, I am very sure that you have explained this very clear. So after this, I would like to ask you to do the quiz. Let me share screens about the quiz and I share the file in WhatsApp group, okay?
Okay.
So I think I just share you to the WhatsApp group about the quiz. And please collect the quiz at this, I think, at 8 p.m. Is it okay? No? So I will wait for 12 o'clock midnight, okay?
Can't you
Okay.
give the
Please
extent of,
collect. Yes,
Can't-
Iman?
can't you extend the time? Because I think we have lots of talks as well.
I'm sorry, Firman, I can't hear voice.
Can we submit it tomorrow? Because
Tomorrow, okay, okay. For the assignment today, you should submit tomorrow at 8 o'clock.
Right.
That's the final statements. Okay. So I think for today is enough. So let's meet in the next meeting. Don't forget to do the assignments. Let's
Okay.
say Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
salam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.